Hi everyone, we're going to be going through how to make a cross through origami in this video. Our end result is this. This is what we're working towards, a nice cross to remind us of Jesus and that he loves us. So what you're going to need is an A4 piece of paper. Your cross would probably be a little bit nicer if you had coloured paper, but if not, you can use white paper and then you can colour it in later if you want a coloured cross. What we need is a square. Okay, so we need to make this, cut it into a square, so you need some scissors. So I'm going to start off with just folding a triangle so that I can get a square. Now I don't want to fold in here because I don't want to make unnecessary folds, but just make a good triangle so that you know, and then you can fold that over along the line. So now you know where the square is, and then you can cut along there to show a square. You now have a square, and we won't use this piece of paper. Now with your square, we're going to be building the horizontal arm and the vertical arm differently. Okay, so we're going to actually halve this paper, and each half is going to make each of the arms. Okay, the horizontal and the vertical arm. So you're going to want to cut that again. So you can't see along the fold. You want to try and get your cuts nice and straight and accurate. That'll give you a nice clean cross at the end. Now we're just going to leave one of those piece of papers to the side because we're going to build the horizontal arm first. Okay. Now you notice that the horizontal arm is shorter than the vertical arm. So what we need to do to make it shorter is actually cut off a little bit of our horizontal arm. Now, it doesn't matter too much how much you cut off, but you want maybe about 1/5 to be cut off. And then you won't need that, so you can put that to the side. Okay, make sure you get a nice straight cut here. Okay, our next step is to do a double fold. So we want to fold toward the middle. So we just do a little fold here. Again, you don't need to fold this edge, just fold the corners so that you can see where the middle line is, and then fold into the center. Okay, both sides folding into the center. And the cleaner you do these folds, the nicer your finished product will look. Okay, so do take some care. And of course you can pause the video if at any time it's a bit too fast. Okay. Next we're going to fold a second time into that center. So you can see there, folding into our center. So we get something like this. Now we want to make that nice and clean, okay? Because that's going to be our main arm of our cross. So get that nice and flat using the back of your scissors. Now what we want to do is fold the ends in a little bit. We want to fold the ends in, and we want to work out how far to fold it. We're just going to fold it like this, just so we know how far we need to fold. Okay, so now I know, okay, I need to fold this far. So that just tells me how far I need to fold. And then I can see there, okay, I need to fold up to that point there. Okay, so then I can do that fold just like that. Okay. The reason is we're trying to get this length to be the same as this length here. Okay, we do the same on the other side. So fold the little corner in. So we just know how far to fold. And once you know how far to fold, fold the whole end in. Okay, and make that nice and neat as well. Now with this, we're going to fold into the center again. Okay, so like always, I'm going to find out where the center is by folding it. Make sure those align and fold here. So this is now the center. And then I fold this into the center. Now it is quite thick at the moment. So make sure you get a nice and clean fold and press really hard if you need to, because it's a bit harder to fold the thicker paper now. And then do the other side as well. And again, yeah, this is a bit tricky, but fold it in, get it nice and clean. And you can see that looks now very similar to my horizontal arm. Okay, I'll put that to the side and start working on my vertical arm. Now it's quite similar in what we do. Okay, so you may not need to listen to all this, but very similar. We want to work out where the center is. We want to fold into that center, both sides. And we're doing a double fold, so we want to then fold again into that center. Okay, trying to get it as nice and clean as you can. So you double fold, and then we're getting it nice and clean, just like we had before. This one, however, is a little bit longer. Now, we are going to be doing something slightly different on the ends of this one. Okay, so first things first is to just fold the ends just like the last time. So we want to work out how far do we need to fold it by folding this. Okay, we need to fold it this far. Do the same on the other one. Work out how far, and then folding it in. But now what we're going to do is a little bit tricky. So I'll try and show you as close as I can. But I want to open that up, and then I want to fold this in. So you have like an upside down triangle. You want to fold that down so that this piece is now horizontal, and then you can see it kind of folds up into a point, just like that. Okay, I'll show you again. So we open this up. We want to bring this down like that, and then try to keep it down while we fold it all up into a point there. Okay. And we'll do the same on the other ends. One thing you do really want to do in this step is to make sure that this is horizontal. See how when I fold it, it makes it bigger, but I don't want to make it that big. Okay, I just want to make it so that that line, sorry, I haven't folded it. This piece is just horizontal. Okay, so try to make it there, and see how now it's horizontal, whereas before it was like a lot bigger. Yeah, I want to make sure I get just the right amount so that that's horizontal, and then it all folds up nicely together at the top. Okay. And so the same on this one, fold that down. Don't fold too much. Fold it enough to make it horizontal. Like that, and then this should fold, and you can help it. You can help it a bit if you need to. And then so now we've got two points, two pointy ends. Okay. Now mine is a bit rough, so if yours doesn't work at the next step, you might need to go back and make it a bit cleaner at this step, but it should be okay if it's not perfect. Okay, so now comes time to put them together. So the first thing that we need to do is to kind of clip this horizontal in. So you see how that has like little clips there? We want to clip them into this section. Okay, so I'm going to slide it in, right? Slide it in. But now I'm going to open that up and slide that in there so it kind of clips in like that. Okay, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. So open that up and clip that in like that. And oh, my other one's come out. Like that. So you should get it kind of sitting on the vertical arm, the horizontal arm sitting on the vertical arm like that. Now what we want to do is work out roughly where it needs to be. Now we want, you see here, we want the the vertical bottom to be longer than the vertical top. Okay, so see there, it's not even, just a little bit more towards the right, towards the top. Okay. Now what we do is we bring this down. Okay. Now we fold it into the center there, into that center point. But we're not going to leave it there. We're actually going to slide it in. Okay, so see how on my tip I've got these two flaps? I want to put those flaps and slide them in. Okay, if it doesn't slide, you might need to do a bit of fiddling with your flaps to get them to slide in. And then the same thing here, we're going to fold into the center. And then we're going to slide these flaps in. So you can see the flaps. Got one flap in. There we go, both the flaps in there. Okay, and there is the cross. Okay, so my tip, if you go a bit slower, you can see this one I went a bit slower. It's a bit cleaner compared to this one, but that's okay. You can still use it. Now, if you have made your cross and you want to make something else that's very similar and cool, you can start this video again, and you can actually stop just before you do this fold, and you can see it's a pretty cool sword, I think. But if you want making the cross, and put that fold in and do that last step, you can have a cross and a sword. If you want to repeat this video. With the cross, another thing that we can do is to write on the cross, because this cross is a symbol of God's love for us, because he sent Jesus to die for us and to take our punishment. So it shows us how much God loves us. What we can write on the cross is that God loves me. So it can remind you that God loves you. Okay, so I'm going to write that on the cross. So you can write, God loves me. Okay, God loves me. Or you can write it in a different way if you would like to. Okay, that's a way to remember what the cross symbolizes. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you like the crosses. I'm sure you can put them on your desk as a nice little origami to remind you of God's love. Thank you.